My name's Darren Woodhead. I'm an artist from the UK. I specialise in natural history painting. I was invited here by BirdLife Malta to come and work with the migrating birds.
So this morning we're in St Caterina Valley, which is a lovely valley. Clearly, it's a working valley. There's farming going on. There's these wonderful ready soiled fields. There's yellow wagtails, there's swallows, there's sand martins. But it's against this backdrop of the tallest hunting hide in Malta. So it's quite this contradiction of what's going on. At the back you've got the hunting, in front you've got obviously some ground that's supporting the swallows, supporting the yellow wagtails. I came down here to see the yellow wagtails. At the moment there's this constant circuit of swallows and sand martins, which again are just feeding on the insects that the fields are providing. And the occasional sound of guns in the background, eh? It's like some Second World War watchtower, isn't it? But you've got these dancing swallows and dancing sand martins. Maybe that in itself is a nice contradiction, maybe. The brutal and the beauty.
It's always nice to get into an area, so to see the birds out here. I think one thing that really struck me was the voidness of the birds and how hard it is to actually see the birds. There just doesn't seem to be much here at times. The bee eaters kind of formed the first part of the trip, I suppose. The excitement then came on the second day, and then news came through of a blackstalk at Adira, where we are now. They're rare on Malta, really rare on Malta. And obviously it's the journey that it makes is just perilous. And it will be a trophy bird, it's as simple as that. It was nice to draw on the first night, just silhouettes, shapes, it obviously just arrived. And then the next morning, we arrived, the sun was shining, and it changed into this incredible rainbow of colours. This carpet of magentas, of greens, of violets, of blues. Definitely not a blackstalk by name or nature. After that, again, it's the bee eaters. For me, it's been bee eaters. The tragedy, the same day as we painted this one, we had two brought into the office. Both had to be euthanised. Both have been gunshot.
We live in this world where wildlife has no borders. They're transient, they're going from one country to another, and they should be allowed to without being slaughtered. So they should be able to do that. We should be able to enjoy whatever country we are along the pathway. We should be able to enjoy them. And I think when there's something, a place that, is doing what it's doing, it gets you. I think as a naturalist, as an artist, as someone who even just loves watching birds or watching natural history, hopefully by coming out here and doing paintings, hopefully we can help things along. When I was invited by BirdLife Malta to come over, I wanted to come over and paint the birds and paint the natural history that's here. But also for me, the main thing is the education, is the encouragement. So I suggested about doing workshops for adults and young ones. It was amazing. I mean, we're in the room where we are now. We held it here, and we just had 2 hours of just buzzing creativity. We focused on watercolours and making birds. So we made little bird sculptures which fold up into flying birds. My idea was then if the schools they can maybe take them back to school. Two brothers. The younger one made a purple peregrine with yellows and greens, the same colour as Mum's hair. His mum's hair was purple, and it perfectly matched Mum's hair. But he wanted a peregrine. He wanted to do a peregrine. The other children wanted to do flamingos and herons. So we had this big thing going on with paints, with everybody into the subject, which to me really pulled at the heartstrings, because you had this contradiction of where we are, the massacre that happens, and yet we had the enthusiasm of the generation to come. So I'm crossing my fingers that this is the wee acorns that are going to start the forest, hopefully, who knows. When I arranged to come to Malta, I wanted to grab people in a different way as well. And I think if you can come from the arts and from the creativity, as well as the bird watching, it gives memories, it gives just something different to the whole scene, hopefully.